Hi everybody, welcome back to Plum Mashable. So it's Monday, so it is decorating day. So I'm going to jump straight into it. Let's pull these out as per normal. As you can see, things are starting to get busy in my little world. Starting to. We're not there yet, but we're starting to. So that is this week. I haven't got my other netball game in there. I have to start writing them down on Mondays, but thankfully I remember. So a couple of weeks ago I did a video using the old Life is Sweet range, and I had a couple of comments asking me to do stuff out of old ranges or discontinued ranges, stuff like that. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to use some stuff out of the Be Brave range. I think this is a Be Brave range. They're not technically discontinued, they're still definitely in stores, but they are mostly on sale now, so run out and grab yourself some. They're on sale at the moment. I'll put a link below, I'll put a note below if they're no longer on sale when this video gets posted, but they are on sale at the moment. So I'm using some stuff out of these two, and I'm also going to use some out of the Be Brave range in the Paper Lovers book. So we'll get into it. So I'm actually going to do some slightly weird stuff. So as you can see, I've actually got some stuff on Thursday and Friday next week, but I'm not actually going to work. So these days will end up being so much less filled up than they usually are. So I'm actually going to use a piece of paper in this notepad. So this is the Kikki, the note paper. I've been dying to use this paper for ages because I never thought I'd actually come up with something that I could use this paper for. So I'm going to use this piece, and I'll show you how I do that in just a second. Just grabbing some other bits while we're here. Just trying to find which ones I want. Grab this one too. So I'll start off with these ones. So this one's going to not run, but I'm going to put a strip of it down the bottom. Or do I want to put it down the side? No, we'll go down the bottom. I'm just grabbing my little paper trimmer with its brand new blades. And I'm just going to cut enough. Actually, I'm having an idea. A couple of weeks ago, and I don't remember which video it is, so I'll go back and have a look. But I tore my washi tape in half rather than cutting it, so I actually got like a bit of a torn kind of thing. So I'm going to show you a technique I learnt ages and ages ago for cutting, like for tearing stuff. So I just have to go and get a couple of bits and pieces because I've forgotten it, but I'll be right back. So I've just gone to grab just a normal glass with a little bit of water in it and just a normal everyday cotton bud. So what I'm going to do first is just quickly measure roughly how big I want this. So I'm going to do it about 2 centimeters high. So I'm just going to grab just a ruler and just roughly measure out that 2 centimeters. Don't get too bogged down with this bit because it's designed to be rough, so you'll understand what I mean in just a sec. So I'm just going to draw that line there. Then what you do is you grab your cotton bud and just drop it in the water. It just needs to be damp, it doesn't need to be wet. And then just run it along that line. Just sort of smudging the line, but it's okay. And then what you do is you start tearing, because the water's there, it actually kind of makes it so it tears along the, not along the line, but where you've sort of made it do that. So you just pull along carefully and it'll give this funny kind of textured bit to it. Doesn't matter if you do that either. If you sort of drop a bit, it'll actually end up looking better in the long run. There you go. I actually really like that little drop. So then when you put it along here, you got that texture of the tear, but it'll sit really nicely just there. So just rather than having your normal straight line, now you've got something different. So I'm just going to stick that down, grab my glue tape, or glue dots. This because I know it's roughly 2 centimeters high, I can just run the glue along there. And you can obviously have this right up against the edge or right in the middle. I'm just putting the Kikki K in the middle because it looks nicer. Just putting that there and sticking it down. Grab my scissors. Go. So just for something different, rather than always having that straight line on the bottom, now we've got just a bit of something different. So then what we're going to do on the other side, so I'm just going to rub this all out. Do with this bit, so I'm going to cut it out. Almost needs to go on the other side, but it can't. So I do want to use, what I was going to do was sort of cut it out and then cut it so the bird sat in the corner, but it's actually almost too big. So what I'm going to do instead, ow, whoops, there's another piece in here that's very, very similar. That's a half butterfly instead. So I'm going to use that one. Put that back in there. You can always use it again later. So I'm just going to really roughly cut around this. I said it was rough. And I'm going to go around and do it a bit neater. There we go. So it looks like when it's cut out. So I'm just going to I'll stick it down just here in a minute. I'm going to put it, no, I do want it to sit there. It's going to sit right there. I need something else down this other side because it just looks a bit boring. So I'm just going to have a look in here. Grab a couple of bits and pieces out of the paper of this book. So I want to get this one here. It just says live brave. Come on. And I also want to get this one here. And I'm also going to grab these bows. Where did they go? There. So I'm just grabbing these ones here. So this is just a DIY paper bow. Or is that a slightly bigger one? That might be too big. It's alright, we'll use the other one instead. And then just going back into the note paper, I'm just going to find going to grab this one. Come on. I really don't want to come out of this pad. I'm just going to move all this to the side for a second. So what I'm going to do with this one is very similar to what I did before. I'm just going to sort of water around this and tear it out, but then I'm going to do down the side as well. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that, and I'll be back in just a second. not 100% happy with this, but I have an idea of how I can rescue it in a second. So I'm going to run this down the side here. It's okay that this is here, and you'll see why in a minute. So I just missed, so I'm just tidying that up. So I'm going to stick that down like that, and then I'll trim it to make it fit, as in so it sits on the page rather than sort of off the page. Oops, wrong way. Always do that. So I'm just going to sit that. Still want some of the tear, so I'm not going to sit it too. There we go. And then just tidy it up. Along the bottom. I'm just going to stick these ones down. I'm just going to use this as a bit of scrap for now. Just because this has got some fiddly bits. Why again? So because this one does have fiddly bits, you want to kind of make sure you get plenty of glue on the fiddly bits, and maybe not quite so much on the other bits. Just be careful when you're picking it up, just because it has a tendency to tear. So I'm just going to put that there. There we go. Then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make one of these bows up really quick. I have done how you make these bows before, but this one's going to be slightly different. So I am going to show you how I'm doing it. So I'm only grabbing out 2 of the bits. I should have said I'm also going to link the video of how I did the bow down below so you guys can see. So this isn't going to be a 3D bow, it's just going to be a flat bow. I'm just running the tape round, not the tape, the little rectangle around the outside. You know what I mean. And then just with a little bit of glue. Does it every time. And I don't know if you guys can quite see this, but I've actually but deliberately put it so it's actually going to sit up just a tinsy bit. So you'll see what I mean in a minute. I want to put it there, and I want it to sit on the edges, but I know it'll hang out of my planner, and that's not a good thing. So I'm going to put it right there. And I do want it just to have a little bit of height, because you want it to just not quite sit flat, because I'm not going to put these other sides down. Then you sort of just fold it up a little bit, so that when it does, it will eventually flatten. Like when you keep it in your planner, it'll obviously get flat, but I think that looks, I like the shadows. So I'm just going to grab these tags, just tidy them up a little bit. I'm going to have this one sit here. I'm going to have this one sit here. So I'm just going to go through and punch those holes because they need to be punched. Always get the little dot stuck on me. I'm going to have that one sit there. This one sit here. So I'm just going to put that there. I'm just going to punch the holes out. You obviously can draw your holes in, but I've kind of become accustomed to doing it this way. I'll sit there. This one's going to sit right on that one there. Here's a slightly more awkward way of doing it, but it's okay. Cool. So now I'm just going to really quickly go back and write in the things I need to put in. Trying to find a pen colour this week may be hard. I don't have a peach pen. I have all these colours, but not one of them is peach. Let's go with the light grey. We'll go with the light grey. So just grabbing my itty bitty planner that has my stickers in it, which I think I need to run another one through my sticker. Actually, I'm going to run both of these through my sticker machine because they're kind of stuck. Not stuck, sorry. They didn't get enough stickering stuff on them. So I just happened to have one sitting on my desk that got lost last week, so I'm just going to run that through too. I'll make some more next week. And it gets stuck to my thumb. Seriously. I know what time netball is on Monday, but I don't know what time netball is yet on Sunday, so I'm not going to write that one in. Okay, so the only other things I'm going to really quickly do is I'm just grabbing the sticker book again. I'm just grabbing one really little butterfly. I'm just going to put it just off to the side here a little bit. I feel like I need a butterfly on the other side. Get one with a bit of colour on it. And put it just there. So, and just as a little note, not that I'm going to forget, but just in case. There we go. So that is my week using the Be Brave range. That is on sale now at Kikki K, so please go and check it out if you haven't already. This is using the peach. There's not obviously, there's another side of this as well. That's the blue range. So you see the pink here, the blue is this sort of watercolor blue, and it's absolutely beautiful. I actually prefer the blue to the peach, but I just thought this week I'd go something slightly out of my comfort zone and use the peach instead. So that's that week. As you guys probably know now, I'm doing these every single week on a Monday, so please keep your eye out on a Monday for these decorating videos. If you guys have a range you'd like to see me play with, let me know. If you have a technique you'd like me to try, let me know and I'll happily give it a shot. Otherwise guys, I will talk to you again really, really soon. Thanks a lot. Bye.